Hello friends, old and new, and welcome to another episode of Ukulele Riffs Simplified. In this episode, we're going to take a look at Mason Williams' iconic classical gas arranged for low G/baritone ukulele. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to not miss a single beat, because this is MK Fingerstyle Academy, where all the cool ukulele fingerstyle content is happening right here, right now. Let's get into it. So the riff revolves around D minor chord, and the iconic first beat has a chord embellishment that we hear a lot in guitar music, and that is when you play the D minor chord, but then you would pick a string and you would add a trill to it. In this case, the trill happens on the second string, and you're going to play that string just once. In this case, I'm using my middle finger because that's how I'm playing the chord, with my thumb, index, middle. Middle is on the second string. But instead of playing the D minor chord with the first finger on the first fret, you would play it as open, and you would hammer on the first fret, and you would pull off to the open E really quickly, and that adds a trill. That's slowly and fast. Now in this case, because you're going from an open string to a fretted note, it's a little bit easier to do that hammer on and pull off. And the trick also is to make sure that you don't accidentally pick the first string. You have to be precise on that second string. And once you get that trill, you simply play an arpeggio of a D minor chord. Middle, index, thumb, middle, thumb, and then you would let go to make a position shift. So that becomes where the melody is F, F, E. Now, once you play that open E, you make a position shift with your fourth finger going up to the fourth string, so you can hit that C, and make sure you give it a little bit of vibrato because that's a melody note. Third finger, and now you can position shift to your second finger on that A. And here is a very important thing: you have to play the last E with your ring finger. So that becomes thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, ring. And you're going to count it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which adds contrast to the time signature of the piece, which is in 4/4. So that becomes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And the reason you play the last note with your ring finger is because when you start the next bar, you start it with the same note on the same string. So if you hit it with the obvious choice, your middle finger, you're going to run out of fingers to play the first note of the next bar. Or you would be repeating a finger, which you're not going to be able to play this riff at that speed if you're repeating the fingers. So you have to alternate the fingers. So now once you play that last open E with your ring finger, then you play the next bar, middle, index, that's with my third finger, and then index, hammer on. So that becomes open, second, open, hammer on. Watch how my right hand fingers are alternating. And then you would play thumb, middle, thumb, index. Notice how throughout all these notes, you're actually building a D minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, thumb, index. So the last two bars. Putting the whole thing together. Playing it at tempo. And you get to repeat it 4 times, which means you get to do all sort of things with it, like playing it really softly. Building it up. Harder. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on this riff. It's not an easy riff, but it's a great exercise for your finger picking pattern and a little bit of hammer-ons and pull-offs. This skill will be applied to a lot of music, so make sure you learn how to add that trill. To hear the whole thing, make sure to subscribe so you can check out the full arrangement coming up this Saturday. And if you want the PDF of those 4 bars to practice along the video, then make sure to check out my Patreon in the video description. I'll see you in the next episode.